Mist lay low over the hills that morning, like the world was holding its breath. A young disciple named Liang followed his master along a narrow stone path. Bamboo clicked softly in the wind. A bird called once, then fell silent. At the edge of the mountain, the master stopped. Below them stretched a valley of wildflowers, thousands of blossoms scattered like colors spilled across the earth. The master said, "Today you will choose a flower." Liang's eyes brightened. "For you, master?" The master nodded. "But there is one condition." He pointed down the valley. "You may walk through this garden only once. You may not turn back. You may not return to a flower you passed." Liang swallowed. "So I must choose carefully." "Choose the most beautiful flower you can find," the master said, "and bring it to me." Liang stepped into the valley and began. At first it felt easy. A bright red blossom waited near the entrance, clean petals, fresh dew, glowing in the fog. His fingers hovered, but he didn't pick it. If the first one is already this beautiful, what must be waiting ahead? So he walked on. He passed a white flower shaped like a lantern, trembling in the breeze. He paused long enough to imagine the master's approval. Then the thought arrived, cold and sharp. What if I find a better one later and regret this? So he kept walking. And slowly something changed inside him. He wasn't comparing flowers to flowers anymore. He was comparing reality to a ghost, a perfect flower that didn't exist. But it was the only thing he could see. Every time he refused a bloom, the ghost grew stronger. Not yet, not this, ahead. Hours passed. The fog thinned. Sunlight cut through the leaves in pale blades. And the more beautiful the flowers became, the more anxious Liang felt. Because now every flower had to compete with something impossible. Some blossoms were stunning but imperfect. One petal bent, a tiny tear, a speck of dust. "Not enough," the ghost whispered. Some looked perfect, but sat behind thorns, guarded by insects, or half hidden in shadow. Liang hesitated. What if I choose wrong? What if I settle? What if I ruin it? So again he walked on. Then the color vanished. The lush grass thinned into dry scrub. The air turned colder. The path that once felt endless suddenly hit a wall of gray stone, like time itself had closed a gate. Liang's chest tightened. He ran the last few steps, desperate now, scanning left and right. One last bloom, one last chance. But there was only dust, no fragrance, no color, only wind moving through a dead patch of earth. And in that moment, the rule he had forgotten returned like a blade. No turning back. He stood there with empty hands, and the weight of it finally landed. He hadn't lost because the garden lacked beauty. He lost because he spent the entire journey chasing something that wasn't real. A ghost had walked with him, and it had stolen everything. When Liang returned, the master waited beneath an old pine tree near a stone gate. The master looked at Liang's empty hands and said nothing. Liang lowered his head. "I failed." The master asked, "Tell me what happened." Liang's voice cracked. "I saw many beautiful flowers, but I kept thinking the best one was ahead, and now I have nothing." The master nodded once. "So, what did you learn?"
Liang swallowed. I learned my mind is never satisfied. It keeps saying better, better, better. And while I chased the best, I walked past what was already beautiful. The master's eyes were calm. This is how many people live, he said. They pass a good job waiting for the perfect one. They pass a good partner waiting for the perfect one. They pass a peaceful day waiting for a perfect life. But perfection is a horizon, the master continued. The closer you walk to it, the farther it moves away. Liang whispered, "And what should I have done?" The master bent down and plucked a small wildflower growing beside the stone gate. It wasn't rare, it wasn't flawless, but it was alive. He placed it in Liang's palm. The lesson is not pick the first flower. The lesson is choose with presence, not with fear. Because if you live always chasing the best, you will end your life like you ended this garden. Empty hands, a tired heart, and a mind full of imaginary flowers that never existed. Liang stared at the small bloom in his hand. For the first time that day, he felt quiet. As they turned to leave, the master said softly, "Don't let the ghost of the best kill the life of the good." He took one step up the stone path, then added the final sting. And remember, perfect is often just a fancy word for dead.